Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play. And what are we going to be playing this time? Well, if you didn't see the opening screen, and you would have seen the thumbnail and everything, we are playing Prison Architect. I'm super excited. So, a couple of things to know before we get into this. One, I used to play this game a lot. I have not played it in a very long time. I barely remember how to play this and what the most effective strategy is. So any help within reason is appreciated. Two, I haven't really played this game that much since it was released. Like, I think I played one prison after it was released, and that was it. Because like I'd been playing it so much during the development that I kind of got my fill, if you will. But I'm really excited to be getting back into it now. And three, we're going to be playing it with a little special sort of surprise. We're going to be playing it with some mods, because the mods for this game are awesome. That guy's name is Cox, I saw that. And, yeah, I'm just really excited for this. So what is Prison Architect? Well, for anyone that doesn't, or hasn't played Prison Architect before, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a prison simulator. So you make a prison to house the inmates, and you bring in inmates as they come. You have to provide them with sort of food, like entertainment, comfort, all that stuff, to make sure that your prison stays happy. Otherwise you can have riots, breakouts, all that sort of stuff. So, before we do anything, thank you. Before we do anything, we're going to turn on some mods. We're going to turn on the Grants mod. It's really good. We're going to turn on the Greater Reform mod. I haven't played with it yet, but it seems to add a lot of stuff that looks really good. And Recycling. And then, here's our special surprise, we're going to turn on the Papers, Please mod. Now, the Papers, Please mod probably won't work super duper well with like the Greater Reform mod and the Recycling mod, because there's no reason to think that Papers, Please would have, like, changed the textures for things that aren't in the base game. So what it does is it changes the textures for the base game. You can see it's already changed the main menu, which is really, really cool, in my opinion. It changes the guards, it changes the inmates, it changes everything to look like Great Arstotzka prison, right? Which I think is really, really cool. So we're going to play with that. Now, I actually don't think I've... No, I must have played one prison with the new Warden things, but no, I don't really remember anything about it. So we have the Warden, who's does nothing. He's just the Warden. We have the Lobbyist, friends in high places, halves the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. You just deal with that. Reader, ruthless and terrifying, halves the likelihood of prisoners being stoical or fearless. Prisoners are suppressed twice as quickly. That's not terrible. JW Periwinkle. But guard dogs have 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnels they detect. That one's kind of average. We'll kind of fix that ourselves. Sorry. Pacifier reduces the overall temperature of your prison, making your inmates less likely to cause trouble. That's kind of helpful. Gets a small cut of the resale value of each piece of contraband found. Prisoners found with contraband will be fined directly from their savings. Ooh, I'm between these two now. Like, finding contraband would be good money. But I mean, if you keep them happy, you shouldn't find as much contraband. So I guess the pacifier would be good. You can also do a men and women's prison. I haven't really done... Oh, wait, you can move this window around. That's cool. I haven't really done a women's prison, so I will probably stick to a men's prison. Let's see, what do we got here? Fog of War, yes, that's fine. Generate forests, yeah, that's fine. Generate lakes we don't want, it's kind of annoying. Generate buildings, we can leave it off, it doesn't really add that much. Failure conditions, absolutely, so if we don't do some things, it'll fail us and we lose the game. Gangs, absolutely, they're fun. Events. Cause events to keep you on toes. Adds extra challenge and element of unpredictability. That sounds like me. Weather and temperature. I don't really want to deal with heating and stuff. I'm pretty happy with how the main game is. Staff needs. Haven't played with staff needs on, so I might leave that off, just because I'm not experienced with it, and I haven't played this for a long time. Mutators, this is new. Wow, there are a lot. We're not going to touch that. Wait, what's wild growth? Trees can spread and will grow much, but no. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. Doesn't matter. We're not going to turn on Warden mode. It's a new mode they added. It's really, really cool, but I don't want it. And we'll just start. Enough talking. Let's get to the prisoning. Okay, so first things first, I barely remember the controls for this game. Are you all happy for me yet? Okay, so we are going to, first of all, do my favorite thing that I remember doing, which is setting up a wall around here. It goes like this, and then like that. Because then we can add road gates. So I did jump into the game like for about, I don't know, 5 minutes just to see if it would record properly, and it does. So I have a little bit of experience with the controls, a little, but the number of times I've right-clicked and deleted something that I wanted to keep is crazy. So this is a pretty decent setup. It keeps all this enclosed so the prisoners can't sort of escape at all just by being left in here or being allowed out there. There is one thing I'm also going to do, and it's because the fence is super cheap. Now, we are going to build a great big fence all the way around this. And I'll show you why in just a minute. It's going to completely slow down our construction. Oops, I was supposed to go the road. Yeah, it's going to completely slow down our construction because it's going to take the workmen like 1,000,000 years to do that, but it should be okay. So, we are going to make, sure, concrete walls. We need an entrance building, so let's go like something like that. Good entrance hall. Bit longer. Something like that. Whoops, didn't mean that. It's supposed to be 10. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, we'll set up concrete wall. And we need a door. So we'll just put a regular old... Okay, well, prisons shouldn't really be here. So we can probably afford to just put a door on it. Also, I'm realizing I should have made it one thing longer. Damn it! Well, okay, I don't need to, but my OCD's kicking in and I want it all, like, symmetrical. I'm sure you can all appreciate. So let's put that door back there. Just like that. Okay. And we'll run the clock. So we'll put it up to speed 3. This game runs phenomenally. I don't remember any slowdowns while I was playing it. So it'll have a 1-up on RimWorld. Look at all the materials coming in. Because of all the construction we have to do. Alright. I can't actually see how many FPS we've got, purely because this is covering it. I wonder if I can move this. No. Okay, read the CEO's letter. Hello, Director. By the order of Ministry of Justice, you are appointed as Director of new type of prison. Your duty is to keep any is to prevent any rebellious acts of your prisoners. Keep in mind that we are watching your progress. We believe you will not disappoint us. Glory to Arstotzka. Okay, so we'll just close that. Done that. Accept your first grant. You know what? Let's do that. I'll just leave the clock running because it's going to take them like 1,000,000 years to finish that anyway. We're still making positive cash flow because we don't really have any like upkeep at the moment. So let's set up a grant. So you can see here we got a staff screen, prisoner screen, intake. So at the moment we're going to intake 8 tomorrow in 19 hours. I think it's 8 AM is the prisoner intake. We have all the job listed, which is going to be enormous because we just did. Okay, so let's take a grant. Well, we have this one, which is really cool. This is a good idea. So for the grants mod, if you have the grants mod, they just give you 1 grant for 2,500 bucks, and it will just tick off the list, which I think is really nice and really nifty. 2,500 bucks is not a massive help, but it's nothing to be nothing to sniff at either, nothing to blow your nose at. Okay, so meanwhile, There's so many grants in this game now. It's awesome with that mod. Really, really excited. So, basic detention center, I think, is what we want, isn't it? Holding cells, shower yard, kitchen, yeah. Oh no, it'll be an administration center. Yeah, never mind. We'll do that first. So build at least 2 officers. You can see it over here. So 2 officers. We can do that. That can be done. So we're just going to build like a kind of like, I don't know. Alright, how about we do this? We will do something like this. And that'll be kind of our administration wing. Yeah, they're going to take forever to get to it. So, this will be slow going at first. Holy crap, actually, these guys are working hard. What are you doing? Weird. Anyway, so it will be kind of slow going at first. We're going to put a door just in here, like... Actually, we really should just put like a staff door here. And we'll touch on why we do that in a bit. We'll touch on why we do that when it becomes important. Oh man, I'm getting straight back into the rhythms of this game. This is a phenomenally made game. I highly recommend this to anyone that enjoys like this sim game, simulator, sort of like tycoon type games. It's not quite as in-depth as like what you call a tycoon game, because tycoon games are usually really, really deep and really, really insane. Now that I think about it, we might turn off intake just for the moment. Just for the moment. We're still in positive cash flow. Till we get into negative, we don't really need prisoners at our prison. Weird, right? Okay, so they should be done. Now we have one big outer fence. Now, is our prison going to be this big? Probably not. Definitely not at first. But what that's going to do is it means that if they happen to get outside, or actually when they tunnel out, more importantly. So we're going to do another inner fence around what we actually use. So that will stop them being able to just tunnel outside the inner fence, and that might only be like 3 squares from where they start, right? Might only be 3 squares from their room, and they're outside the fence. And that's going to stop them being able to just tunnel 3 squares, pop up out of the ground, and just leg it. And we won't be able to catch them, right? Whereas... it did do that. Excellent. So I thought it would do. Okay, so we're going to do some concrete walls here. Just like that. We'll put a normal door here, I guess. Normal door. Yeah, see what we're going to do, right? This is what we're going to do. We're going to go here. To make a office, what do they need to be? So this is how you designate rooms with this tool here. Minimum size 4x4. I think we've got that. Wow, that's... Oh man, I am amazing at this. Perfect size. Okay, what kind of staff do we have? Remind me. Okay, so you have warden, chief, foreman, psychologist, accountant, lawyer. That's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. So we need, in the long run, we're going to need 6 officers. But here's what I think we do. I reckon, right, cut this off, like that. So there's our 2 officers. And then we make this room here. We'll just put staff doors on all of these. And then this room up the top is going to be a staff room. And I think that'll work out pretty well. And of course we're going to need water and power. Okay, let's put that somewhere. I'm thinking down in this corner. Doesn't have to be terribly big from what I recall. Okay, we'll do this. We'll just go like a... I think 10 by 10 is going to be way bigger than we actually need, but nevertheless, should be good. I'll put a staff door on it, just so prisoners can't get in. Not that I think a prisoner will be able to get in, because we are going to fence this off as well. And we will put another staff door on that. There we go. Because, like, the thing is, they shouldn't need to go in there again. So it's not a big deal if it's a long way away. Like, you shouldn't ever have to go back in here. Unless you're adding just, like, an upgrade or something. Like, adding another transformer or something, and that's... one guy has to go down there and change it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not like something you need to access all the time. Thank you. Alright, so... it's under utilities, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So we need a power station and a water pump station. Okay, put it there. And actually... wait, no, that has to be in the middle of the room. I was going to move it, but that has to be... Actually, can we put it there? No, not really, okay. Here'll do, here'll do. Yeah, capacitors. These are the things we need to add more of. So if I just do this... They're really expensive, but it should be alright. Yeah, see, so if we want to place another... Because you can surround it with capacitors, right? So... if we wanted to add more of these, even if we add like 3, it's just the same number of capacitors you add in staff members. So if you add 3 staff members. Okay, and you can see what it does here, right? You can see that it adds more bars. Okay, so we need to add power to this bad boy. It could come from here, it doesn't have to, you can put it anywhere, doesn't matter at all. And then we send the power up this way. So we'll just do something like this. And I believe that should get all the rooms. And while we're at it, let's send the large pipes up through. We'll just send them out this way and then up. It does decide. So I'll just use the 20 that they give us. That'll be a good sort of start, solid start. You know, we don't need to sort out water just yet because we don't have any prisoners. So we don't need to sort out like toilet showers, things like that. Build at least 2 offices. So we've got the offices there, but what are we missing? Well, if we hover over it, you can see we're missing an office desk, a chair, and a filing cabinet. And the game conveniently highlights everything that you need over here. So if I'm looking at this room, you can see it highlights everything you need in there. Really, really nifty, right? Put the other one just here. We'll go office desk, boop, and a filing cabinet. We'll just put it right next to it. So that should be everything, yeah? So bring it all back up to speed. It won't get built for a bit because they're sorting out the power cable, as they should be. It's really important to get that power done. So capacitors just increase the capacity. See how that works? It's not at all really what capacitors do, but you know, we'll let that slide. They increase capacity of your power station, so at some point you are going to need a second power station if you make an enormous prison. Now the trick to that, and something they don't really tell you in game, I don't believe, is that each of these power stations sort of run on their own frequency in a way, whereby if you attach them to each other, it actually shorts the entire grid and you'll kill all your power stations and you'll have to figure out where you cross them over. So when you start having more than one power grid, it's tricky. It's very, very tricky. Alright, you can see we have our power up here. So we have 2 offices and a staff room, so let's build stuff in the staff room. Staff room needs a toilet, really? Oh, no, I don't think it does. No, that's because of the, right. That's just because they've added in the, like, staff needs thing that we didn't turn on. So, if you had the staff needs, then you would have to add in, like, you know, food and toilets and all that stuff. We'll add this. We'll add another sofa over here. You know, we'll just add like 2 sofas here so they can just listen to some music and sit down and relax. How are we doing on money? Okay, we're still making a fair bit of money. Not an amazing amount. Like, if we keep spending tons, we'll be in trouble. And see, the trick with this... So that staff room's done. Trick with this is that if you'll look... So we need to hire an accountant and a warden. So let's look at that, shall we? A warden costs $1,000 and his wages are $200 per day. So if we hire the warden, it's going to drop our daily cash flow. So by completing this, we might actually need to bring in prisoners. And it's a sneaky plan that they've got to make it more useful. Anyway, let's go here. So we need a reception. We don't need it by memory. It hasn't been a requirement in a while. But we are going to build it. So, build this here like this. We will set up a large jail door. I think that goes down. And then we will loop them around like this and put another large jail door. Again, I can't remember which way this goes. Oh, we'll find out. And then this room here is probably going to be our holding cell. So we don't need much in a holding cell. We really don't need much at all. So if we just do something like this... So how big do they have to be? Do they have to be one more? I don't think so. I think they can just be that. So we can just go like doors here and then a toilet. Toilet. Why is it sitting against that bottom edge? Hang on. So always point down by default. Like that. We will add in a shower as well. We might need to expand this just a smidge. So just expand it. Something like that. Oops. Yeah, something like that. Requires entrance. That's easy enough. We will just demolish a wall. And that should be all good. So, for the reception, we are going to need, you can see it here, we're going to need an office desk. So we'll just put that smack bang. Actually, we'll put it on this side. How about we put it here? We'll put a chair there, and we need some tables. Just a couple, maybe. We'll put a third. Okay, and we'll just move these. Dismantle them, which just adds them back to your stockpile. So that if we go back in here, you'll see we don't have to buy them. See how it's got a little 1 there? It might be hard to see in 720p. But there's a little 1 there, which means that I don't have to pay for it. I've already bought it. We have one in supply. Okay. Now that we've got toilets, and we will have showers shortly, we need to add pipes. Something like that. Okay, so the holding cell's done. We'll demolish all these walls. Like so. And actually, we're going to demolish these and move them. Which is kind of stupid because I just set up the pipes to go there. God damn it. Dismantle utility. Just dismantle this stuff. At this stage, unless they've changed it, you will never need another water pump station. They have like infinite current, I guess, pump. Oh wow, that really triggers me that that's there. We're going to fix that. Triggered! Yeah, there's going to be a special trigger warning in this episode that I am going to do things... I'm going to try my damnedest to do, like... what do you call it? Keep everything symmetrical and nice, but it ain't going to happen. I want it to happen bad, but it's not going to happen. Cool, we can now hire an accountant, so let's do that. This is going to be our accountant's office. It's another $200 per day, which is pretty rough. But we completed that grant, so you can see we made a little bit of money here. Right, holding cell. Let's get back to that. Sorry, this is a game of like a million distractions. Okay. Now this time, we'll go concrete wall, just like that. 2 toilets should be enough, but I could maybe add more. We'll do that. We won't... Oh, I hate how it does that. Okay. My bad. We'll wait and see how many people we get, but we shouldn't need a ton. Shouldn't need a ton of stuff in here, because this is one of those things where you should get rid of this. Or not get rid of it, but you shouldn't need to use it a lot. If you use it a lot, that's a problem. Because you should, like, it should be better. We are going to... We'll just put a couple of benches, so we'll just go 1, 2, I guess. And we'll put some beds up here, just a couple of beds. 1, 2, 3. Hold up. Can I move the benches? Yeah, I can move them 1 more square this way. Good, good, good. Okay, so that should be enough. We'll put a phone booth in here just so they don't, like, whinge at us, so they're not getting any outside contact. And that should be all good. So the only thing you technically need in here is toilet and bench. But that's pretty slim. Like, I'm not going to go easy on my prisoners, but I'm not going to go hard on them either. Oops. Okay, so all that should be hooked up. Okay, those two are. No canteens accessible by the cell. Prison cell will have nowhere to eat. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. That is a problem, but we know that will be a problem. So, let's go to the grants. We will set up a basic detention center. So this is a contract. So some of them are just grants where they just, example here, your only call, so they just give you $10,000 and you have to build 5 phone booths. It's like, it's expected that you use that 10 grand to build 5 phone booths. But 10 grand is pretty steep for 5 phone booths. Like, you're not going to need that. Right, build a holding cell, shower, yard, kitchen, canteen, blah, 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 blah. So, let's do that, since we've been stuffing around for so long. Now. I'm just thinking of where, like, what I'm going to make this place look like. Okay. How about we exit on this side, so we'll go here, we'll put a large jail door here. Maybe? Oh, also, sorry, I didn't put any privacy on the toilets, my bad. Right, so... Thinking. What if we put a large jail door, we'll put it, say, here, right? Bear with me. We're going to put, like, a fence, like this. And it's going to lead over here, just a little ways. Actually, probably not even that much. Not even that much. We'll just go, say, like, 5 out, doop, 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 doop. Like that, yeah? And then this will lead to another fenced-in area. Actually, I guess that doesn't have to be fenced in, does it? We can just do this. Something like that. Maybe? Maybe like this? Yeah. Yeah, I like that better. I like that kind of design. I'm trying to use, like, all the space. And this will be our yard, and it'll be nice and big. Definitely be nice and big. We'll put another large jail door here. So I'm doing sort of airlock type designs purely so that if there's some sort of breakout, some sort of accident, then it's not a problem. Like, they have to get through 2 things, which will give me more time to mobilize my response. The yard absolutely doesn't have to be this big. This is crazy big. But I don't know. I kind of felt like this is what we're going to do. Let's minimize it. Dismantle object. That's what I want. Get rid of all these trees. They're just in the way. Yeah, so once we've sorted out our, like, initial kind of design, then we'll worry about setting up that inner fence. So, we are going to build our canteen. Could put it, like, right here, couldn't we? I mean, we could. We could easily build like our canteen and kitchen just right here. Just thinking of whether that would be a good idea. Why not? Why not? Let's not worry too much. We'll just put some sort of wings on that bit. Requires an entrance. Well, we will sort that out momentarily. It's got a large shale door? Probably. It's going to be really, really big. Okay, so we'll do that. We will do dismantle. It's not dismantle. We need to demolish walls. We'll do that, and actually we'll stop these, because what we'll do instead is we'll just put it on the outside of this. Yeah, because that's the only important bit, right? You guys done? There we go. That was a hefty room. Alright, so, I can tell you for sure, our kitchen's going to be at this end. So let's sort that out. This only needs like a regular door. It's just a kitchen, like no one's going to really want to go in there. Unless they want knives and stuff, but we can, you know, we'll sort that out in a bit. And our canteen, however, is going to be pretty big. And what I also like doing, I don't mind doing, is going over here. In my canteen block, I remember doing this a few times. I don't remember if it really worked or not, but we'll see. And this is going to be like our rec room. Common room? Common room, I believe it is. Yeah, common room. It's going to be one of them, at least. It won't be super duper big, as you would kind of imagine. Okay, question is, how am I going to fit everything? I'll wait for the walls to be built. Also, my power doesn't go that far. Not that surprising, I wasn't supposed to sort of build this here, but it is what it is. We're not going to bother putting another door here, like with one gap. What a waste. I'm crazy, like I'll do ridiculous things, but that's a bit excessive. That's a bit excessive. Okay, so we're all good. This is all set up. Right. And actually, on that note, this is technically a canteen as well. Yeah, it's going to look ugly with the words, but, you know, we'll deal with it. Serving table. Could we... I haven't done this before, but what if we did, like... like this? I just put like a wall piece in the corner. No, I guess that's kind of pointless. We don't need that wall piece. And it'll just block a line of sight and make everything more difficult. So we'll do that. 2 serving benches. I'm really like supersizing this prison immediately, in case you hadn't kind of figured that out. Well, I mean, apparently I am. It's not on purpose. It's just kind of working out that way. Okay, so we should be able to do this, that. That's pretty perfect. And yeah, we go boom, boom. Ugh. Probably switch them this way. That'll work. Yeah, that'll play. Alright, so we need benches. And this is why I sort of left that gap. Whoops. Yeah, this is why I kind of left that massive gap. That works. So that's probably enough room for 50 prisoners or so, 50, 60. If you need any more than that, like, I'll have to stagger them. Right, so we're also going to put a little sneaky passage here. And again, we'll touch on that in a bit. There's a reason for that. We'll just put regular doors on it. I guess we don't really need 2 doors, do we? Nah, we do. We do need, because otherwise, what if I knock out this door and wall, then it'll be outside, so the kitchen won't work. And if I do it on this side, then they don't have to go far to get out. So no. We'll leave 2 doors. 2 doors is good. Cooker. This is costing me a fortune, and actually this is going to really drive up my like upkeep. Alright, put some fridges, 1, 2, 3. Put a couple of sinks, if I can fit them. Maybe just like... yeah, over here should be fine. 1, 2. Or 2, in this case maybe. I think I just bought an extra sink. Whoops. Okay, and now we're going to use bins, because these are... I think... unless there is an actual like recycle bin. Ah, there is. For garden and greenhouse, unsorted trash, place trash bins anywhere in the prison, can be various sizes. Trash bin will full at 30 bags of trash. It will then create 1 stack of 30 unsorted garbage. Yeah, because with the garbage recycling mod, you can set these up to be useful for recycling. Just an eye candy bin which does nothing. Use a trash bin instead if you want some action. Yeah, which is down the bottom, which we need to unlock. We need to unlock garbage recycling. Okay. We won't bother with that for the moment then. And there is one other thing we will add in. Now, this is something we definitely want. If I can find it, metal detector. And the trick to these metal detectors is they need an actual connection to power. Not so you can see like these are all the lights. You make the main conduit and it kind of branches off and sticks to things. Some things don't. Some things require a direct power connection. And the question is, what are we going to put over here? Because we can put like paving stones, right? So we might put, say, paving stones like this. We're going to put... probably should put our prison, like our actual block, kind of up this way, I guess. So we'll do something like that. And we'll just extend it this way in case, you know, we want something else later. Oops. In case we, you know, like want to set up something else over here, which we will eventually. And then everything else, we want to make it look nice, right? So why don't we do, like... actually, also, we probably want... sorry, this is where you see, like, my totally not schizophrenia, but maybe a little bit schizophrenia pop in. We want that. On the inside here... this is concrete already, isn't it? Yeah, good. We'll just do that then. Yeah, maybe we'll just put some nice grass down, yeah? What do you guys think? Like, some nice grass. It is slow walk speed, so it kind of isn't good in that regard. But, you know, it looks nice. Oh, and that's already grass, right. Nice. So the paving stone should... is fast movement, so that should provide them the speed to get where they need to go. Alright, so we're going to need 2 small pipes to these. Like so. I believe the fridges also need... no, they just need power. And actually that works well, because they're right along the power grid. It's kind of perfect, actually. Love that noise. I love the building water pipe noise. That dun-dun. Is it supposed to look like that? The brown benches? Never used to be that way. It was definitely... oh, wait. Hang on. Arstotzka mod. Never mind. Never mind. The Papers, Please mod. That's probably what's doing it. So you can see them bringing, like, the turf out. Massive piles of turf. They just roll out. Oh, turf is so cool. We turfed my place at home. It's brilliant. God, look at all the trucks. You can see all the stuff we've got in for deliveries. So all of this has to go to where it belongs. Okay, so let's sort out the common room while we're at it. So we'll just put like a pool table, maybe 2 pool tables. We can probably put them this way, yeah? Like that. And you can probably also fit in... oh, actually, pool tables all they want. That's fine. Hey, I'm not going to judge. Okay, there we go. So we'll put large jail door here and a large jail door over here just to make sure that this room's enclosed. Because at the moment it is not. So now we need a shower. To build a shower. Well, if we're going to do that... Also, should be researching things. My bad. Let's research only the essentials. I'm going to get you... Actually, we're going to get all the sort of experts. We're going to get the extra grant, really important. And we'll do micromanagement and prison policy. That should keep us busy for a while now. Right, so we want a shower and stuff. So this is the trick, right? So say I want to expand this whole thing into one big prison, which I've never successfully done it. And this is why. What I'm about to say is that you want to sort of plan it. So like at the moment, this canteen is arguably in a really shitty spot. Why? Because this will work fine. So like if I put a block here, a prison block, right? Cell block. If I put that here, they can come out. It's not much of a drive, not much of a walk. But as the prison gets bigger, I might end up putting a prison block out here. And then how do they get to the canteen? Like it's going to take them 20 minutes to walk down this way. Which makes them unhappy because they won't get fed quicker. Like, some of them might not get fed because they're too slow. Which, in my opinion, tough titties, you should have actually, like, you know, found a brisk pace. But it means that sort of having a big area like this is good, but I don't think I've ever successfully managed to set it up. Which kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter. So let's build a shower. We are going to build a shower. You know what? You remember how I said we might do it on this side? Might do something? Well, let's do something. We'll just make a big building, something like this. Should be fine. So do that. And our entrance, here's the trick. We are going to put one entrance here, and one entrance there. So you can walk straight through the middle. And we'll set up the paving stones so they lead straight there. Because we are going to put our cell block sort of up here-ish. I think we might start with one here, and then we can do another one here later. Or we might not. We might put it close to the staff room and just build it like here. Something like that. There is actually a planning tool, right? So I could set up an actual planning tool, but I won't bother yet. I will in this episode for sure. And I'll show you why pretty soon. We're going to need more large pipes. We'll just run it under the power lines. Okay, so let's set this up as a shower. Shower. Now, we are going to place a concrete wall here and here, and here and here. Because in front of this, we're going to put some drains so the water doesn't get out. And now we can just put shower heads sort of all around the border. You can't put them too close because the prisoners don't like being close in the showers. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, it's not going to be even, like, this isn't going to be symmetrical. I'm not going to promise that it will be. It just ain't going to happen. So, that's good, but we can also do them, we'll do them a bit off-kilter like this. Right, a little bit off-center, yeah? Now, I believe you don't need to, but actually I won't bother. That should be plenty of showers for the moment. Alright, so that's all doing that. Let's set up these small pipes to go all the way around so they collect all the shower stuff. We also need them in the middle, remember? So we need them like this. Like this, like that. I don't remember. Can I see the walls in utilities mode? Okay, I can. So where is it in relation to the wall? Okay, so yeah, they're both here. Like that. See, listen to that. Before we sort of continue any further, I don't know if I'll be doing 1 hour episodes of this. There's not a super duper massive amount of content in the game. It's super fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not like RimWorld where there's sort of always something you can be doing. Eventually you just hit the wall of your prison is good and it works, make it bigger and don't let it fall apart, kind of. And I'm not for that type of kind of gameplay. Yeah, RimWorld's good because there's always more research you can do, and then as you research, you know, you're like, oh, I want to build this, and that's the expansion. Whereas in this game, there's not that much, which is just a problem with the setting. Like, there's only so much you can put into a prison, right? Like, you're not gonna get magical stuff put in prison. As RimWorld as an example, you're not gonna get, like, shield belts and drug making and, like, all that stuff, yeah? So as a result, this kind of runs out of things to add, and you end up just adding, you know, just adding extra cell blocks and stuff because you have nothing better to do, and then seeing if you can survive. What else do I need? 2 guards. Boom, grant complete. Let's look at another grant. Basic accounting facilities. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that yet. Staff room is actually done, so I'll just get that for free. Bacon is out, exercise is in. Groundskeeping. Don't we have something for... I thought we had something for janitors. Maybe we haven't unlocked it yet. Yeah, I don't think we've unlocked it yet. Because I don't see anything here for, like... No. Okay, so we'll do your only call, because what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll just put some phones in here. We might even put a double row. Sure, why not? I'm a nice warden. We also need some weight benches out here, so we'll do that. You know, all the essentials for a prison yard. Alright, and they just have some area they can frolic. Do whatever prisoners do. They can do whatever they want. So let's look at some grants. Walls have eyes. Ooey ooey. 20 inmates. Okay, so we could do cell block A. And you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. So we need to build a cell block. You know, the important part of the prison. The actual prison holding facility. So how are we going to do this? Well, I think we might do the well-being facility over there. So let's drag it this way. Now, is this place enormous? Yes. But you'll see that the room inside will pretty rapidly run out. Okay, I'm going to put the large jail door here. Oh, sorry. Get rid of that first. See, this is why this door is really handy, because it means that they can just get straight into this area. We'll add a lot more fences and stuff to zone them in as the prisoners get in and we see where they're wandering. Because one of the primary ways for prisoners to get contraband into the prison, because there is contraband in the game, so there's like, you know, drugs, knives, shovels, that kind of thing that they can hide. The primary way of them getting that into the prison is people throwing it over the fence, and they'll wander up, collect it, and wander back. Well, we can stop that just by adding extra fences on the inside, and the outside fence means they can only throw it in here, and then they have to try and get out there. But if we seal them in, then they can't, see? Or, my other favourite strategy, if you're really bored and paying a lot of attention, you can set up like this, because you're going to need a door, right, to get into this outside area. And usually what you'll do is you'll designate that as a staff-only area, so prisoners just aren't allowed to go in there. Because otherwise what happens is if it's a shared area, so prisoners can enter there, they will wait at a door and ask the guards if they can go into this outside area. And you can sit there, and if you're paying attention, you're just like, why would you want to go into that outside area? And you can watch, and they'll like wander off, stop at the wall for a second, and then turn around and come back. And if you're paying attention, you see them, you're just like, yeah, I know what you've got. So you can just search them immediately, and you pick up whatever they get. And then you can punish them, and then they don't do it again, right? So that's a good way to handle it if you're paying attention. But a much more passive and simpler, safer way is just to not let them. Like, just don't let them go out there. Boom. That was a hefty cost. Okay. So first and foremost, we're going to set up a brick wall, concrete wall, like this, and we will put 2 metal detectors here. Now, cells. And actually, I'm just realizing, so that's the size of a standard cell, a 3x2. That's sort of the default. So we're going to keep in line with that for our metal detectors. Actually, I'm going to wait until those metal detectors actually arrive, if they haven't already. I did have a pause, so they may not have. I always lose a metal detector, so they are. Oh, they did arrive. Okay, so these are the standard room sizes. So what you can do is obviously you just draw like this, and every 3 you just draw across 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can see it's not actually quite big enough. I need another 2 out. So let's do that. 1, 2. Yeah, that was my bad. So I could have, like, set up planning, like, if I really want. I've done this enough, and I kind of remember now how it goes, but you could obviously, like, say I want to make, you want to make at least 3 wide, the walkway. So go 1, 2, 3, and then this is another wall, right? And actually, we can go all the way around. So this is the outside wall, 1, 2, 3, wall, 1, 2, 3, wall, right? And we put it up the middle. So then I could just do this. But this is more important sort of when you're planning it later. Okay, so this is actually all wrong here. So 1, 2, 3. And you can see that that's actually too long. I've actually done that wrong. My bad. So it should actually be here. Because I forgot that this turns into an opening. That's going to look hideous now, so let's bulldoze this. Oh yeah, you can't bulldoze that. How do you get rid of that? There is a way. Do not remember how. There we go. So now we just demolish the walls, like so. And we should also demolish them like this, so we have room for a door. And what I've discovered with this is I can't actually fit another wall over here, right? Because that's we're going to go 1, 2, 3. You can see it's going to be just short. It's going to be 1 short, right? So you go all the way up here. And then 1, 2, 3, like this. Actually, it's going to be 2 short. So it needs to be here, actually. Yeah, see, there we go. Obviously, you can design your cell blocks however you want. This is my preferred method, just doing, like, columns. There is a massive downside to this, primarily that people, like, at this end are so far from the exit that they are last, but it's usually not a massive deal. It becomes a problem later on in your prison. Okay, so we're gonna set up this now that we know what it looks like. Alright, so we can just crisscross like that. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. If I go demolish walls, does that get rid of these? No, so we'd have to wait, which is fine and dandy. So building concrete, we'll expand it just a smidge. I could obviously, if I was that way inclined, like put another door over here. And actually looking at it, that might be a bad idea, because I could even split this here with another door and make it 2 separate cell blocks. That'd be a good idea. I don't actually know. That's a really tricky question. Do I think it would look better? Absolutely, I think it would look better. Demolish walls. Doop, 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 doop. So we're just going to do the exact same on both sides. Yeah, that might be the way to go. Because that'll give us what? Okay, so if this was 1 cell block, that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 2, so 16. That would give us 16. If I make it... Sorry. It'd be 8 by 4, so it'd be 32 cells in 1 cell block. Or, if I made it 2 cell blocks, that would be 16 in each. Huh. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It would be easier to patrol if it was 2 separate cell blocks, but it would also require twice as many guards. No, you know what? We're gonna split it. Actually, no, we're not. We're not gonna split it, but what we are gonna do instead is we are gonna put another one of these here. And that means more metal detectors, which are next to weights benches. One day I'll remember that. It's just unfortunate that that doesn't line up properly, but that's fine. So we'll just do something like this, go like this and that. There we go. Go straight across here, down to there, up to here. Alright, and let's bring the power. We'll run it from here. You can run it from anywhere. I don't think it really matters where it comes from. Okay, you guys are all trapped inside. So let's demolish some walls. There we go, now they'll all get out. Yeah, so bring the power in. That'll probably take you a while. It's a shame that we did this entire, we've nearly completed this entire double episode and we have no prisoners. God, sorry about that. I get so excited with the whole, like, making the prison thing that I forget about the whole, you know, prisoner idea. But having said that, I also don't really enjoy the full sandbox mode where you can just, like, you get infinite money. Like, I don't find that enjoyable. I like the challenge of needing to make money. But I also definitely like having my stuff ready. Like, I want my prison prepared before anyone steps foot through that door. And I guess that's where this comes in. But, so, like, there's nothing stopping you. You could absolutely... I don't recommend it, especially if you're new to the game, but you could absolutely... Oh, did that just blow my fuse? Yeah, it did. It did. That's too much power. Whoops. Okay, more capacitors then. Oh, I'm out of money. That's not great. We're getting an extra grant, right? Oh, we've already got it. Awesome. So I should be able to hold 2 grants. Oh, no more than 3. Ah, okay, that's fine then. Ooh, I know what I can have. It's owie, 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 right? Done. There's 20 grand. Excellent. Yeah, wow, that was impressive. I killed the power before we've even got prisoners in. That's kind of what happens with Metal detectors, though, they do eat a lot of power. Okay, so let's switch these all on. Thank you. And switch this on. Ah, so that we're only just over the power. So you can see we've completely run out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacitors. So we filled up 5, we have 3 spare. Look at that. That's a cell block. That's a cell block. So, jail doors, obviously. Oh, I'll go and get rid of that planning smudge up there as well. So this is only one way to make a prison. Obviously, another alternative, and one I like to do, is to make a big indoor one. So you basically would make an enormous building and then just section it off. And it ends up looking more like a prison because it's kind of all like up against each other and everything's like really close together. These ones are really easy, sort of like an open air prison, where you just build the buildings that you need and block off everything else. They're much easier to build, but obviously not quite as interesting. Can we just... Okay, so we can just like put dirt there, maybe? Will that get rid of it? Okay, yeah, it will. Alright, so they just go and chop that up. Although, there's still a roof there. Mud. Why would you want to make mud? Can we do that? Okay, that's gonna annoy me for a while. Okay, we got a pretty good prison set up here. We got all the doors done? Yeah, we do. Good. Let's set up the beds. We could do bunk beds, which will put 2 prisoners in a cell like that. But I don't think it's necessary. We'll do 1. If we do a different sort of type of cell block, we might do 2. That's not a thing. Nearly. I nearly put a bed out in the front room. Done. Now, we need a toilet. Now, this is just me, but I like to put the toilets here so that it gives the prisoners a little bit of privacy. I mean, it doesn't matter, and it's just a game, but I don't know, it makes it feel a little bit more realistic. So, once we've done this with the toilets... Okay, technically that is ready to go, but we're going to add a couple of other things to some of them. So, we're going to put windows on these ones. Which will go... Actually, put them above the bed. So any outdoor, like on the outside thing, we're going to put windows. Barred windows, obviously, but it makes them happier. And then on the indoor ones, see, we could put... And here's an interesting trick if you can afford it. You can put a... what do you call it? My mind's freaking out. A phone. You could put a phone in every room, right? If you wanted to. But it's incredibly expensive. Like, incredibly expensive. I mean, I'll show you. I mean, I'm nearly out of money, so that's a poor example, but we're also pretty much run out of time, so there's that as well. But anyway, so say we want to put a phone booth in all of this. There's 32 rooms, so 32 times 300. What's that, 96? So that's $9,600 just for phones. That's pretty crazy, right? Is it a good option, though? Yeah, I've had pretty good results. Not going to say it's the way to go, but I've had pretty good results. Because it means that when they get spare time, or they're locked down in their cell, and they can't, like, leave, they can still talk to their family and reduce that... reduce that need. Also, you can see that one actually went through a metal detector. Somewhere. I don't really know where. Oh, wait, oh, these ones, obviously. So there was potentially contraband in there, but it just gave a false positive. There was nothing there. The guard came over and searched it. Alright, so you have that done. Have the nice paving stone. It's really hard to see the paving stone. I wish it was a lot clearer, like it went all the way to the edge. So we'll just kind of wait until this is all done. And we'll probably end it there. And the first thing we'll be able to do in the next episode is call in prisoners. Won't that be good? Won't it be nice having actual prisoners in the game called Prison Architect, right? I mean, I guess it's Prison Architect, not Prison Management Simulator, technically speaking, even though that's exactly what it is. How's our bureaucracy going? Have we done all that? Yes. Yes, we did. So let's go garbage recycling. Deployment is an excellent one. Oh, wait, you won't be able to do that because you need security guards. Ugh. Fair enough. So we can do this stuff. Yeah, there's nothing that we really need at the moment. We really need a security office with a security officer. But I guess we'll sort that out pretty soon. So you can see we're getting it done. This is going pretty slow, I will admit. Alright, so for the moment, you can see here, like we've sort of hit... So we don't need him going that way. We don't need him going this way. You know, this is where we start to sort of seal it off and go, you don't need to be here, you don't need to be there. We're going to build a medical ward here, so I'll just give it a little bit of extra space. And yeah, that's it. So, right, because we need deployment for that. Do we, or is it logistics? No, it is. It is deployment. Come on, guys, get this plumbing done. What do I pay you for? Probably not plumbing. Probably for just, like, handyman type stuff, but... Yeah, I really want this done before the end of this episode. I'm, like, sitting here looking at the clock get longer and longer and longer. Like, the time we've been running go for longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, just finish. Just do it! Please. They do have a fair way to hoik this stuff, though. Like, we haven't even completed this section yet. This is the important bit. Like, you look here. This is what's holding it all up. Oh, actually, end over here. Right. That's a problem. We can't get in there. AussieNerd, that was your own dumbass fault. We will just put the staff door, like, here. Because, yeah, this area can't actually be accessed, because you can see we sealed it off from everywhere. Actually, or alternately, yeah, cancel that. We could just demolish this wall. Like this wall, yeah, we don't want them going into here and getting into the outside world, but this other bit is fine. Although we could also build a fence here, I guess, and then knock that straight out. And I like that plan, actually. So we can just demolish that too. Demolish both of those. When they get around to it, because they're pretty busy at the moment. Oops, searching something. So there shouldn't be any contraband in our prison yet, because we have no prisoners. Like, it'd be pretty silly sending, you know, drugs or whatever to a prison that's under construction. Yeah, no one's going to be there. No one's going to pick it up. The drugs will, like, destabilize or something before they get there. Come on. Now I just really want them to finish this bit so they can go and fix up the rest. So what do we got left? A toilet and a bed to go there. There we go. Finally, they deconstructed it. Okay. Now you should be able to finish that bloody piping. Alright, so that's all done. Piping. Here we go. And now if we go up here, we'll see... Actually, we'll turn on utilities mode. And we'll see it get complete and the water come through. There's no pipe there. Whoops. Alright, last spot. Boom. And there's the water. The water's on. These are cells. In fact, last thing we do before we leave will be to designate these as such. So we just do this. And this. Boom. We have, you can see it up the top, a prisoner capacity of 32. And these are ready to go. So this is where we're going to end this episode. Thank you very much everyone for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for video, whether you want them to be 30-minute episodes or an hour, that'll be up to you guys. And yeah, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comment section down below so that I get to see it. And I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.